Hey, okay, so my bookshelf is looking really bad lately. Also, I have run out of space on it as well. So I'm going to start having to paint some shelves because I have some extra ones that weren't painted to begin with and add them in so that I can fill up the bookshelf. So I thought, might as well take you along with me and see what I do. I'm kind of thinking that I want it back to being read and unread, although it kind of confuses people when I'm doing videos and I'm next to the TBR area and people are like, oh my god, you've read blah blah blah. And I'm like, no. But I guess that's just part of it. Should I label my shelves? I don't know. What do you think? Because I'm gonna try this out again. I think it might help me to actually read the books that I have. So I think it's a good idea. I'm gonna show you what it's looking like right now. It looks horrible in this room. Oh my god. So this is from the video I just did. Ooh, TBR game video. I have some books down here that just don't even fit. We go all the way up. I have so many things to move. So all the way up, I took this shelf down. There was one here. I took it down so that I could color match at Lowe's. Books, all my Stephen King. That's like some like nonfiction weird ones. Don't ever show those. More of my books. This little mail area I have on the corner. But look at all that like empty space. Obviously that one. Empty space. Empty space. And I can move these to be closer together. So I just think it makes more sense. So we'll see how this goes. Oh goodness. There are books everywhere. They're all over my house too. Okay. Hopefully it helps me to actually read the books that I own, because that is like a major goal for me right now, is reading books I own, not trying not to purchase more. So here we go. Oh, you know, I thought I was filming. Whoops. I wasn't. So what I was just saying is, firstly, the lighting's kind of weird right here. Maybe I'll go back here. Is it better? It's nighttime and I don't really have much of a choice. This is usually where I film, over here, and over here you almost never see any of these shelves, and I was thinking that this side could be more dedicated to my TBR area because I do want to separate them. I think that maybe that will help me to actually read the books that I haven't read on my bookshelves. I don't know. I'm definitely just putting in last name order. I don't have too much nonfiction in this area because, like, I'm a library student. I've worked at a library for a long time. It feels weird to put the fiction and the nonfiction together. Feels weird. I think I know of one nonfiction book on these shelves, and it's Crying in H Mart. Maybe I should just have a shelf devoted to nonfiction or something, because I do have nonfiction out in my other room that I'm not even touching those books. But I'll pull the nonfiction from there and create a shelf in here if I have room, which I think I will, because I think I'm going to be able to add 5 or 6 shelves to this. So we'll see how that goes. These shelves do move. There's little brackets underneath. I don't know if you can see any of the brackets right now. Maybe you can see this one. Yeah, you can kind of see. There's a bracket under there. You take it out and you put it along these struts. So that should be good. I just have to figure out where I want to put them. But I'm going to take the books down, stack them on the floor, put them in order, and just try and go from there. Maybe I'll start by putting the books already on the floor in semi-order, so that once I'm pulling books that are already in order, they can weave into those. And then I'll separate them, fiction, TBR, TBR, and then read. Okay, we got this. My walkway to get to my bookshelf. Whoop. Ridiculous. I still have to take these down. And that. And then I have a couple little things. Oh, here we go. But this shelf, I'm going to put new shelves in to make more room. And I'm going to use this book as a marker for how high a shelf can be, so I can get more shelves on here. And then this area will start my TBR shelf, because there's a lot of TBR books. So the TBR books are the long line, and then the regular books start here, come all the way over here. Yep. So I put some face out books. We'll see. Because I'm getting pretty far on the TBR shelf, and I'm only on the first shelf, so that's kind of crazy. Probably because I'm putting books closer together now. Okay, so I ran out of little doohickeys. I had to go to Lowe's Oh my god, it's so loud. I had to go buy these little brackets because they hold up the underside of the shelves. And you probably also can't tell that, or you probably can, I don't know, I'll show you in a second. So there's like not enough shelves, so I have to paint 2 more shelves. So that's something I'm gonna work on. Yeah, and put them up, be able to put them up. So I have 1 more shelf that's already painted and 2 more shelves that need painting. I'll show you the shelves now. See how much room there is up there? I feel like I can move this up and get more out of this. Like, these are so nice and tight together. Gosh, those are all the TBR shelves. And then these are my red shelves, which I don't have as many red books that I own, which is a bad thing. But what do you do? So I just want to bring these closer together. I don't know how I feel about this. I just bought some plants too, so I can kind of disperse books and display more books and figure out which books I actually want to display and where. Yeah, I might watch some other people's videos about how they put together their bookshelves. See what I like. Okay, so that top shelf, I don't know if I'm pointing towards it, but the top corner shelf, I decided to do all of my uglier paperbacks or like older books that I've read that I want to keep around, but they're just like less likely to be seen in anything I might be shooting. They don't look horrible, it's just like they're up there for now. We'll figure it out as we go. Also, the brackets are not the right size, so I'm gonna figure that out and maybe buy new ones. I don't know, hopefully I can get the actual right size. So the clips I bought aren't like long enough. They look like they would be about the same, but they're just a little bit off. Just like a little bit off. It's not gonna work. Okay, back to it. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done. It's just, obviously there are large blank spots, like all over the place, in this whole area. Yeah, I mean, it's looking okay. I think I just need like some trinkets, and I don't really have the trinkets that I want right now, so I'm gonna go do that. Look, I added plants. It's very cute, a little light, cute. Okay, so in the end, I'm feeling pretty good about my bookshelf. It's pretty exciting to be able to come in here and reimagine how I put my books in, and also being able to utilize the entire shelf, like all the shelves. And on the red shelves, I have a ton of space to be able to add. The TBR shelves, oh my gosh, there's so many. I think it really says to me, like, Rachel, you need to be reading what you own, and so you can move it over here. And eventually, maybe it'll all be a red shelf. I do read a lot of books from the library as well, and I don't always buy the books that I have read, or even the books that I love. Like, there are a lot of books on these shelves that I don't have, or that aren't on these shelves, that are like 5-star books and stuff. And sometimes I'll buy a book just because I loved it, but it's really only if I find it for a reasonable price, because I'm trying not to purchase too big of things. I am very happy with what I've created. I think that it's really important to make the shelves how you want to see them and how you will utilize them. I've had them in so many different orders, a lot of different things. Like I've gone by genre, I've gone by read and unread, which I've always really liked. Last time I just had it as everything together by last name of author, and I just found that that wasn't really completely working for me, especially because it's like I was primarily seeing books on my shelf that I hadn't read when everything is together, whereas it feels more like an accomplishment having these books separated from the ones that I haven't read. I like that now I have enough space to be able to display more covers and actually utilize different things. Some of these have I can put a little tea light in, so it can be cozy while I'm working, or like while I'm filming a video. Why didn't I do that right now? Because I didn't feel like it. It happens, whatever. I wish I could put them in order by genre, but sometimes it's really hard to do that, especially when you have the books that could fit into multiple genres. So you might be thinking to yourself when you're looking for a book, wait a second, so what genre did I put that book into? Say when it's like a speculative book, like it could be fantasy, but it could also be magical realism. It could be this or that, but like I would feel weird putting it in fantasy or weird putting it in sci-fi because it's not completely sci-fi. So it's, I mean, you could put contemporary and speculative and then mystery. I don't know. It's not for me. I could not find a single book when I did that. I would just stare at the shelves and be like, where did I put that? And I get so annoyed. In the end, I'm happy. I will most likely redo my bookshelves soon enough, probably in a year or so, because in the end I will probably feel like it's time. Oh, there we go. Okay, looks prettier now. But I'll probably redo them just because it's nice to have a change every once in a while, and maybe I'll feel like this isn't for me right now, or maybe I'll feel like this is the perfect way to keep my books. We will find out. Let me know how you keep your bookshelves. Also, kind of difficult to decorate a bookshelf, to me at least. I still feel like this is a little blank right here. Tell me if you have any suggestions as to what you think I should have up here. Maybe some like hanging little fairy lights, and this can just be like my cute area. I put some of my favorite books right here because I thought that would be fun to have right next to me, that like some of the books that I love, and I can always switch them out and put different books into that. I need a little there. That works for now. Yeah, let me know what you think, and let me know what way you have had your bookshelves. I have a little sticker in my hand. Thanks for watching my bookshelf organization video. I hope you enjoyed it, because change is always a good thing.